Okay, this will be a quick tutorial on the Sailbot app. Once you get it downloaded and installed, click on the icon to open the app. When you open, this will be the dashboard that you set the races up. You can see that it defaults when you load it. I think this is with the default a 1 minute dinghy. This is the prep sequence right here, which is if you want to set the 1 minute 4-horn courtesy before the very first start. This is the number of races that you're going to run, and this is when you're going to start the races. If this is set to now and you hit start, it'll just start, or you can actually preset a time. Say your first horn is going to be at 1 o'clock, you can set that to then. In the upper left hand corner is a settings cog. If you click it, the only thing that it will allow you to do other than reset all data is to set horn lengths. There's no need to change the horn lengths, so really no need to mess with any of that. All right, down here at the bottom is your Bluetooth connectivity. Currently it is not connected. If you want to connect, hit connect. It'll ask you if you want to pair, and then this will change to connected. Make sure that you check this right before you start. Some people have checked to make sure that their phone will connect before they leave the marina. Then they walk around, somebody takes the sailbot on the boat, and then it disconnects from their phone. They go out, set up the race the way they want it, and then when they go to start, it's not connected. So make sure you check this right before the race starts. If you drag this up, you'll see that there is a speaker icon. You can push this, and you can hear the phone beeping because we're not connected to the sailbot. If you were connected to the sailbot, the horn on the sailbot would go off. So if you want to activate the horn manually from the app, you still can do that. You don't have to be sitting right next to the horn and pushing the button on the horn if you want to activate it from the app. All right, so let's go to our setting up the races. So if you click this top panel, which is your race sequence, there is a lot of defaults. The 5-minute Rule 26 default located at the bottom is the one that we're going to use. You can see this is a timeline and when the horns go off for the 5 minutes. So there's one at 5 minutes, one at 4, 3 more minutes go by, there's one at 1 minute, and then there's one at the 0 mark. So we're going to select this one, and you see that now it is loaded into the starter race panel, your dashboard I should say. All right, prep sequence. Currently there is no prep sequence, but we want to do a 1 minute 4-horn prep sequence. So if you click that, this 5-horn warning 8 seconds before, that's a default setting and that's not what we want. We're going to create a custom sequence. In order to create a custom sequence, the first thing we have to do is hit the duration down here at the bottom, and it will ask you to enter a duration and length of minute. We're going to select 1 and hit save, and now you can see we have loaded or created our own custom sequence here. If you tap in the signals box, it will pull up a window and it will let you add a signal horn, long, medium, short. I use the long ones, and you'll need to do that a total of 4 times to get 4 long horns. So we've got 4 long horns set up, 1 minute before our sequence starts, and there's no flags associated with this. Once we have that in there, you'll click save, and it will ask you to enter in a title. You can just put 1 minute 4-horn, and then click save. And now you see we have the 1 minute 4-horn as an option, and then this 5-horn 8 seconds, that's not ours. So we'll click this 1 minute 4-horn, and it's loaded the 1 minute 4-horn right here. Number of races. PRO will tell you what they want. For this example, we're going to have 3 races. We're going to have fleets 1 and 4 start first. We're going to have to add a start for start 2, which will be 3 and 5. And then we're going to have a fleet 7 right here for start 3. In order to set a pennant flag or a fleet flag, which will be indicated right here once we set it, you'll want to touch this grayed out area for start 1, and it will let you set a class flag. It'll have a whole bunch of flags in this. You scroll all the way to the bottom, and it has all of our pennants down here. So you'll select fleet 1, same thing. Then we're going to have 3 and 5 right here. You'll set the class flag, scroll all the way to the bottom, pennant 3, It will not let you do more than one, so you just have to pick whichever one, fleet 1 and 4, 3 and 5. You'll just have to make sure that you know what fleets are starting together. And then down here, we'll click Start 3 again. We're going to set a class flag, and then we're going to do 7. These classes right here, this is one design. This is not for PHRF, so it's not going to apply to us. You can cancel up here. So you have to set the pennant flag by hitting the actual grayed out area on Start 1, Start 2, or Start 3. If you set this up in the marina and then no Fleet 7 boats show up, you just simply click here and then click delete, and you just have the 2 starts. If, say, a Fleet 7 boat shows up last minute and then you want to add it, you can go to Start 3. Again, we're going to set the flag, scroll to the bottom, pennant 7, and now you've got that one started in there. All right, so 3 starts. We're going to go back. So we have our 5-minute sequence, we have a 1-minute 4-horn courtesy warning, and then our 3 starts here. Start time. If that says now, and you hit that start button right there, it's going to start all the races and open up your new race sequence panel. If you want to start at a specific time, which is what I prefer to do, if my first horn is at 1 with a 1 minute before courtesy, I'm going to set this time right here. Right here, I'm going to change the time from right now when I hit the start button. I'm going to set it to 12:59. Or if it was an 11 a.m. start, I'd set it to 10:59. When I do that, and it has the time exactly in here instead of now, it'll have that time displayed. And if it's 10:45 and I'm way ahead of schedule, I can set all this up and hit start, and it'll actually show everybody how long it'll count down until that first 1 minute 4-horn warning starts. So that's kind of nice. All right, so we got it all set up. For this tutorial, I'm just going to go ahead and leave this at now. When I hit start, it will start a whole window that is going to show us the countdown for each of the 3 races, as well as the 1 minute 4-horn courtesy notification. That's the first thing that you're going to hear. All right, so what are we looking at? This is the the total countdown for the first 5-minute sequence. Of course, it has the 1 minute courtesy, but that's only before the first race. This is telling you what's up next. We have 1 horn is going to sound. Fleets flags 1 and 4. Again, it only lets you have 1 indication here, but you know if 1 and 4 together, they're going to go up, and it's going to happen in 30 seconds, and that'll be a 5-minute, the beginning of our 5-minute countdown. So we'll let this go ahead and run down. All right, so you should be communicating with your flag bearers. Fleets flags 1 and 4 are going to go up in 3, 2, 1. All right, so those fleet flags just went up, and it's saying up next is a single horn. P flag is going to come up, and you've got 50 seconds. All right, so we're coming up on 10 seconds. The P flag is going to come up. We always count this down in the cockpit for our flag bearers. So we got 3, 2, 1. All right, so the P flag just went up. Up next, 1 horn. P flag is going to come down, and this is our 3-minute time frame that takes us to the 1 minute mark before the start of the race. And we'll fast forward through this. All right, so we've got about 10 seconds left. The P flag is going to come down. In 3, 2, 1. All right, so up next is 1 horn, and we have fleet 1 and 4. They're going to come down. Those fleet flags are coming down in about 50 seconds, and that will be the beginning of the 5-minute countdown for fleets 3 and 5. This is the only place of improvement for this app that I can see. Is this right here should have fleet 3 flag and then the up arrow to let you know, because those things happen simultaneously. So what you'll see is this box will disappear, and this box also, which typically would move up, also disappears because these flags come up, and then the next indication after that's going to be the P flag. So just remember, we have a rolling start, so the fleet flags come down and the next fleet flags come up, and that's why you're going to see both of these disappear here in about 5 seconds together. Again, counting it down for your flag bearers. All right, so the fleet 1 and 4 flag went down, the fleet 3 and 5 flags went up, and now we've got up next a single horn P flag, and that's going to happen in 50 seconds, and then so on. It just continues. If at any point you need to stop the sequence, hit cancel, and then it will bring up this stop sequence button. If for whatever reason you've accidentally hit the cancel, you can cancel that you hit the cancel button, and it will keep everything open. So if you've got a fat finger or something and you end up inadvertently hitting cancel, you can hit cancel and it'll keep it going. If you do want to stop the sequence, hit cancel and then stop sequence. So when you hit stop sequence, it brings you back to your dashboard. You can see everything is still loaded exactly the way you had it. If you need to make changes, you can go in and make those changes. If after the first race is over, you want to start at a very specific time again, you can do that. If you hit that start button when this is set to now, it'll start the whole entire sequence over. So that's a quick tutorial. Feel free to load this thing on your phone and mess around with it. The beeps on your phone would be an indication of what the horn would be doing, and you can kind of go through. Once you do this 3 or 4 times, it's pretty quick to set it up. All right, thank you.